quick little disclaimer, guys. Since Spastic and I were really busy this week, we were not able to actually record this together. So I am recording I'm recording my part, and then I'm going to edit it with his part. So we didn't actually get a chance to discuss the trades with each other, but we're still going to cover it. It's basically going to be like how I did at Season 7 in the D-League, just with 2 people. Next week, we will be on a normal transaction schedule, and we can actually discuss the trades with each other. So without further ado, let's get right into things. Yo, what is going on, all you GBA type people? This is your boy Aaron2420, bringing you guys week 1 of the GBA Season 8 transactions. With me, as always, is my co-host, Spastic.
Hello one and all, Spastic1 here.
And without further ado, let's get right into the trades. So this week we actually had a lot of week 1 trades, surprisingly, compared to other seasons that I've helped do transactions for. First coach that wanted to do a transaction was actually Envy, and a lot of you guys might have actually heard of this trade already that Envy was doing throughout the fan Discord. So Envy here is dropping Hippowdon and Stoutland for a Mungus and a Alolan Raichu. Now, Envy mainly wanted to make sure that he had speed control on his team, and he felt that Coco would be coming to a lot more matches than Hippowdon was going to necessarily, which meant that he could have a ridiculously fast Mon and a Alolan Raichu should he bring it with Electric Terrain Tapu Koko, which obviously Electric Surge is its only ability, so he kind of would have to if he was bringing Koko. So he figured that this would be a lot better of a way in terms of speed control, and also Mungus helps form a really good regen core with Slowbro, and just in general, it's a really solid Fire, Water, Grass core, a lot better than what he had originally planned for his team. So personally, I really like these trades for Envy. I think it helps his team become a lot more fat and just a lot harder to break in general. I feel like it adds another element to Envy's team, especially when Sand. While Hippowdon was a very good mon on Envy's team, I felt like Stoutland wasn't exactly doing too much in terms of offense that Envy doesn't already have with his really offensive draft.
Aster, coach of the Montreal Habsals. He decides to go ahead and use all 3 of his free agent transactions. He drops Decidueye for Metagross, Druddigon for Gourgeist, and Steelix for Mudsdale. Now all 3 of these traits are interconnected. Decidueye had momentum and hazard removal, while Gourgeist brings passive recovery in the form of Leech Seed, and versatility, being able to bring any sized Gourgeist to any match. Picking up Metagross as a Steel type versus Steelix gives Aster some more speed, a better offensive presence, and a much more well-rounded defensive Steel type, whereas Steelix is fantastic on the physical side, is really frail on the special side. And Mudsdale is a much more solid ground type, and with stamina can keep up the physical defense, while also bringing in some more offense. Metagross is also another more solid rocker, so Aster didn't feel the need to pick up a dragon in exchange for Druddigon, because with Metagross and Mudsdale supplementing his physical walls being his physical walls along with Zapdos as his main physical sponges, he now has more even distribution with his walls, so he didn't feel the need to pick up a dragon type immediately. He may with his trades, would never know. This is still just week 1.
Next up, we have Jolt, coach of the Kansas City Jirachiefs. He is dropping Latios, Zygarde 10%, and Staraptor for Hydreigon, Aerodactyl, and Breloom. Now, Jolt already going through all of his trades this week, and he doesn't want to go into too much depth with his trades. Basically, he just figures they help with a lot of important matchups that he felt a little shaky on later in the season. It also helps patch up his hazard removal, and just in general, his team's weaknesses. Just gives him a lot more versatility in his draft. I personally like this a lot more. I feel like Hydreigon is a lot better dragon on his team than Latios or Zygarde were. I'm personally not a big fan of Zygarde 10% at all, so the fact that he dropped that already points in my book. And also Breloom, again, I mean, as long as you bring Focus Sash and you're trying to go for Bullet Seeds, you should be fine, Jolt. Though, of course, you know that better than anyone since you know you actually run the NPL. So.
And finally, we have Lars, coach of the Borussia Donphan. Went ahead and did all 3 of his transactions. Dropped Yanmega for Delphox, and also transferring the Z points. Dropping Shaman for Lurantis, and dropping Mega Absol for Mega Manectric. Now picking up Delphox in exchange for Yanmega helps round out his Fire, Water, Grass core, which he otherwise had not finished. It also gives him another Fighting Resist and another Fairy Resist. So boom, there we go, he's got that fixed. Delphox also brings some good offensive presence to synergize Z offense with Gengar. Shaman for Lurantis, he loses out on Shaman's Natural Cure and Bulk, but Lurantis is stronger on the physical side and gives him some hazards, which he was otherwise kind of lacking some hazard removal. With Mega Absol from Mega Manectric, he loses out on Magic Bounce to control hazards and statuses, and loses out on a lot of physical offense, but picks up a very fast electric type that can help check grass and steel types with Flamethrower and Overheat.
And that is going to be it for this week's transactions. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Make sure to come back next week to see some more transactions with Spastic and I. And we will be back for week 2 transactions. We will see you guys later. Peace out.
See you all next week.